Your favorite compas have another jam-packed episode of the Four Compas show. In this episode, we will do a quick recap of the 49ers and Jets Monday Night Football game. Plus, Vic, the producer, will join us for rapid fire. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he should be here right now. Dan and Dago will jump on to add him to the three of us, and they'll give their thoughts on week one. And of course, we cannot forget about our usual segments during the football season. Compas Power Rankings, our picks for the best 5 matchups in week 2. Time permitting, we will do a burial of the week and una más. All right, Hilberto, don't you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
No, I don't, because I told you that already before we start the show. Sorry.
My bad.
I don't have one. But you know what I could do, Fernando? Is I could do quick promos. We just finished wrapping up another live episode of Combat Compas. Well, technically it's our first live episode, but we're doing back-to-back lives here. And hopefully people like the format. If you don't know about it, on Tuesdays around 6 p.m. We're going to talk combat sports. I'm not sure we're going to do that weekly, Fernando. Maybe we just kind of judge it off of big-time events, but there's a lot this week.
Well, next Tuesday, we are going to need it.
Oh, yeah, we got to recap it. So, yeah. Yep. But for the most part, we're going to try to do it every Tuesday. Berlanga, Canelo, UFC's Spear or Sphere. I keep saying it wrong. Sphere. That's a tough one for me with the like I'm from Spain. And then WWE, the latest there. Did we talk about it? Actually, no, because Adam Hill crashed the party, which is great. Adam Hill, a great interview. We talked all things UFC, all things Las Vegas combat sports. So check that out. And we can't forget, don't bury the lead here, because it's a massive lead. 6'8", 322 pounds from Minnesota. You probably know the city. I forgot. But Joe Alt joined Compas on the beat. He talked to myself and to you, Fernando. Why are you looking at me with those fierce eyes like you're Jim Harbaugh? But Justin Herbert's new right tackle, had a dominant performance against Max Crosby and the Raiders. Check out that interview. It was great to talk to Joe Alt, the new stud right tackle. Man, those 2 tackles for Justin Herbert are pretty nice.
No, and you guys really need to check out the interview. It's a great interview. Joe Alt was awesome. Very to the point. It seems like his style kind of goes with the Justin Herbert, with the Jim Harbaugh kind of going very to the point. He said he started off as a quarterback, then went to a tight end, and then ultimately ended up as a tackle. So make sure we talked about everything with him, not just football, also about his life and being at Notre Dame with Coach Freeman and all that stuff. So make sure you guys check all that out. But Theo Dan will be here momentarily. He will be here, so don't go anywhere. All right, let's go to the intro.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So where's Compas?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Dago is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7-rounder. So
freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat, the 4 Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up? What's up, bro?
A lot.
Yeah,
I can't tell it's my Wi-Fi or yours. Well, it doesn't say. Usually it has the low bars and you freeze. So let me know in the comments. I think I see a Theo or Victor who's freezing. But if it is me, I'm gonna have to do a circle and get out of here and come back. But I am doing well, Fernando. So break down how we're gonna format this.
It'd be too dangerous to leave me with the show in my hands, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to figure it out. But
it's
you know
not
what?
me. I see it perfectly.
Okay.
I hear footsteps.
That sounds okay. Sounds good for right now, but if it sucks, I'm gonna go circles and then come back.
All right. Well, but it seems like
I know. Maybe it was Victor. He just left. Where did he go? He's not in the green room anymore. But
I don't know. All right. So obviously, there he is. Obviously, let us get into. Let us bring Vic in. And Vic, are you ready to go? Give us a thumbs up if you're ready to go. All right. Cool. Let us bring in Vic, the producer, to talk about. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I like spaced out right now. All right, let's do rapid fire with Vic, the producer. Let us bring him in now. Vic, how are you doing?
Good. Is my Wi-Fi okay? No,
Yeah, you're fine. I see him a little grainy though.
Yeah,
I just changed Wi-Fi, so
okay.
I am not gonna play around and figure out who it was. So I just changed my Wi-Fi, so it still continues. It's you.
It's not. All right. Let's get it going. Vic,
it looks actually better now.
yeah.
Everybody's looking good now. Everybody looks good.
Okay.
All right, Fernando, we haven't done this in a while, so let's do some rapid fire here. So something or nothing, 49ers running back Jordan Mason saying in the post-game interview that he was told Friday he would start on Monday, and then being asked about it during his presser with the media and saying, quote, "This is why I don't like talking to the media," end quote. So was this something or nothing from Jordan Mason?
It's just something, because according to another thing that I saw, he told a reporter after the game that he knew since Friday he was starting.
Yeah.
And then he kind of wants to blame the media, but the media just asked him a question and he answered it. I mean, and that's kind of more on Kyle Shanahan too, like he should have told him from the beginning, hey, whatever happens, do not tell what happened or when we told you were going to start. I know everybody's freaking out because of the betting and the fantasy football, and Little Daniel was already bitching this morning. Oh my God, Kyle Shanahan screwed me with CMC, this, that, and Daniel's like, oh yeah, he's so worried. Hey, I'm going to screw this guy out of fantasy. He's like, he doesn't care. But yeah, it is a little bit, I think it is something, because he's trying to blame the media when he's the one that said it. So I do think it's something like he should have known that whatever he was going to say could be used against him in a court of law. So, I mean, you got to, I know you're an undrafted rookie, but you got to know that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And no, Scotty P, I'm not a Raiders fan. Get out of here with that comment. But no,
because of the hat.
Yeah, it's a Dodger hat. It's not a Raider hat. Get out of here. But I can change my hat if you guys want. I have different hats. But I have like a favorite hat that I like to stick to for a couple months. So there you go. But yeah, for the question, something or nothing, this is nothing here. It's just an LA hat. Come on, get over it. Scotty P, enjoy the victory. I was wrong. But going back to the 49ers running back, I'm kind of like with Fernando. There's something, and I really want to say nothing, but it's a little unfair because he's not new to the media. He's new to the spotlight. He's not familiar for how things work. And I'm not gonna also criticize the media because you got to ask these questions. Like it was a great story. He had a breakout. He had a breakout performance, and people were like, "Hey, when did you find out?" Like, that's a fair question. And he's like, "Oh," and it's a little unfair too because he was like, "I think maybe Friday." He didn't actually give a legit day, and it was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to be honest and think about it." He was like, "I think Friday maybe," and like, cool. And then obviously when everybody found out Monday and late in the afternoon, like they're like, "Okay, when actually was it when you found out?" So it was just questions being asked, and hopefully Kyle Shanahan didn't tear him a new one, which I think he did. That's why he was like mad. And Kyle Shanahan's kind of a hard ass. So yeah, you got to learn in this game that you can't say things like that publicly. As reporters, we love it. We want full transparency, be honest here. But when there are rules there, we're like, hey, you got to put it on the injury report. You got to let people know why this guy is going to be inactive or whatever. So Kyle Shanahan was trying to get a competitive advantage. Shocker, right? Breaking news. Coaches want to get a great advantage. I'm not saying they're going to be Connor Stallions and steal signs, whatever. But it happens. That's just the way football is. Like, who cares? Like, it's not going to be like Disney Channel here. It's going to be all sunshine and rainbows. Like, they're going to maybe lie a couple of times and not tell you about the injury report. Like Fernando said, nobody gives a crap about your fantasy football team. Nobody cares your survivor pool, whatever it is. So, or your bets there. So there's something, just because it was a new player in this new spotlight. They probably didn't give him the rundown there of what to do and what not to say. So it's a little unfortunate, and I'll give some criticism to the player. Like, you shouldn't let that bother you that much. I get you're also kind of young and you want to make the roster, but you just had a dominant performance on Monday Night Football. Like, your spot's safe, man. You're gonna probably maybe even like spell Christian McCaffrey for most of the season now. You're gonna get probably a role in this roster because it's better to keep CMC fresh. So he's gonna be fine, but to let it bother him and then that become the story, I think he should have probably just kind of shoved it aside and enjoyed the moment.
Yeah, I'm with you guys in terms of, I kind of felt bad for Jordan Mason just because he finally had that game, that shining moment, and he screwed up. Like, hey, he was being honest, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want authenticity from the players. And unfortunately, when you're talking about betting and you're talking about fantasy football, people take it way too seriously, and so those are the consequences. And he had to get the heat for it, which I think the 49ers could have done a little bit better job of kind of shielding him from that kind of stuff. But hey, man, it is the NFL. You need to. That's why you have these training exercises before the during the off season, I should say, to be able to be better equipped to answer questions like that. That's why they put a lot of these players out there to be able to get that training with the media. But I just thought it was kind of messed up as to what happened with him. All right, guys, I'm going to keep you there, Gilbert, and I'm going to do this quickly. So let's go back to Friday's game between the Eagles and the Packers in Brazil. And the big story during and after the game, outside of the Jordan Love injury, was the number one, the field conditions, and then number two, good matchups like this one should not be given to international games. So what can the NFL do to fix issues with their international games?
One, I don't know what the hell is going on when they go overseas to Germany or London or Mexico or Brazil. They can't get the field right. Like Brazil hosts a lot of massive soccer matches, right, or football matches.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm, I know some football. They have massive matches there, and you can't figure out the field. I don't understand what the hell happened with that. It's just soccer field or soccer grass and NFL real football. Massive manly sport. Football have better grass or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe Brazil can't figure it out, or London or Mexico. And USA is so much better with their grass. I don't know. It's just dumb things like that are going in my head. I don't know what happens with that. And then two, Victor, I don't mind a good matchup like that going to whatever a foreign country. My problem is, why are you doing it in week one? Like, I kind of feel bad for Eagles fans. Like, you're waiting all season for a home opener to get drunk with your buddies in the parking lot, go through tables or whatever, start a fight. I'm not saying we need that, but tradition and being with family and friends, it's good for week one. I know it's not baseball where it was opening day. I'll bash another sport. That's snoozer of a sport. I get it's not tradition. It's not opening day. It's opening weekend or week. But like, why can't we do it in week 2 and week 3? And me just being annoying here. It felt like the week was just way too long having that Friday game in week 1. So for the Packers, man, get on the plane after you lose a heartbreaker, you lose your quarterback, and here you go, 10 hours back home. It just felt like the wrong time to do overseas or a flight in the Southern Hemisphere for the first time, which I kept hearing over and over again in Peacock.
You're still on Combat Compas.
Yeah.
I think what they need to do is not send two great teams over to go play a game like this. And the game was, that game was better than the Chiefs against the Ravens, just because I felt like I felt like they went back and forth. There really wasn't, and here goes this. My bad. I feel like I thought it was that guy that yesterday was like, here, live stream, whatever the hell. But I feel like the thing is that they need to send just one, like send the Kansas City Chiefs against like the Carolina Panthers, or like do something like that where one team looks really good, the other one's in a couple of weeks, Munich gets Carolina versus the New York Giants. Like,
wow, it got worse. When you say Carolina, I'm like, I don't care who they play. That's gonna be a stinker. But they said the Giants.
That's gonna be unless
we said our worst.
It might be Drew Lock time. But just quickly, they need to do something about these fields, and I'm sure the NFL monitors it. I remember a couple of years ago, by the way, I have a conspiracy theory on that Rams Chiefs game. They didn't want it in Mexico City because they knew how high or how great it was going to be. They're like, no, like, oh yeah, let's blame. Who do they blame? Shakira. A Shakira concert had just happened. They blamed Shakira.
Oh, that's right.
They moved it to the U.S. or whatever, and they had it in L.A. and it was an incredible.
One of the best games ever.
52-49 or 52-58, something like that. But I just think is that I am sorry, I have to put this on.
It's the mustache.
Is that Gilberto is Jordan Love's Latino doppelganger. You interviewed Jordan Love, didn't you? No. You interviewed a Bryce Young and
who kind of looks actually anybody with a mustache. Bryce Young has and I'll tell you a quick story. I interviewed CJ Stroud and Bryce Young at the same time, and I think Sage Stroud called them. Oh, I guess I can see how you're Mexican. You have the mustache there, so yeah, we have the little pencil mustaches sometimes.
Weight limit on international fields for light and skinny people. That's funny. But yeah, they just need to. I'm sure the NFL sends people out there to like review the field and everything, but and I still think that the NFL needs to switch to all grass fields, and I think they might for the World Cup. Who knows? But I just think that it is kind of a mess, and they do need to review it because I remember the Mexico City, the Chiefs and Chargers game was fine. It was it the Raiders and Patriots game that kind of was a little rough? They
had a couple laser gates. I remember that.
Oh yeah,
I remember that too.
Hey, would it be funny, real quick, talking about the World Cup?
When
the World Cup comes to the United States, everybody slips because it happens to football overseas. So just slip all over the field, World Cup soccer players.
Yeah. Well, they need to do something because turf is terrible. Like Lionel Messi doesn't play on any turf. He actually misses the games. So and they wonder why ACLs have gone up, and obviously, allegedly. But a lot of it has to do because of those fields. I mean, the fields are terrible, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it for rapid fire because we have better people waiting for us.
It's also called rapid fire / we're waiting for Dan Dago to show up and do his job eventually. So we create a segment for this slacker here. So in the meantime, I'll destroy his other favorite sport, soccer, football.
We love football, but all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he is here. He is here. By the way, I showed somebody the pod and I showed them Dan's entrance and they're like, what the hell? Are you like just a WWE character? And I'm like, you know what? Let's have at it.
Oh, should have put the Hulk Hogan theme.
They're out.
Just start 24-inch pythons. Every day I wake up, I say my prayers, eat my vitamins, and hit the gym to get these 24-inch pythons, baby.
Do you just arrive late on purpose to get your own introduction and have it all special?
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, guy. Again, I have to work. I have a real job. I don't just get to slang keys on a computer and just throw it up somewhere. I don't get to blog and do a diary and all that stuff.
You don't think bashing the average quarterbacks in a column is a real job? Okay, whatever.
I don't know. I guess maybe to some. I don't know. Right now you're an influencer. You're like an influencer to me.
Yeah.
You're trying to influence my NFL takes, but guess what? I throw up the X and I say, nah, you're not gonna get to me, baby.
I have real sway over here.
Don't piss off Dan or he won't give me the keys to the Airbnb.
Actually, yeah, we need that.
Oh, all of a sudden, Dan's useful, huh?
You haven't done anything in 3 months. You know, it's only right.
Buddy, I know it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like Beetlejuice. I can't give people too much access to me or they're calling me up everywhere. It's a problem. Dan and Dago, they're going to be like, show up at the small, show up at this birthday party. I can't do it. I can't do it.
There you go, Dan. K.
Hey, shout out, K. Shout out, K. Especially that stooge.
Do you mean the guy not wearing a real shirt? Like, where's the rest of your shirt, by the way, man?
My brother does know. Wherever my brother is on this.
Thanks for dressing up for the show here.
I told you. I look at the shirt.
By the way, the only one that actually dresses up for this show is myself. So
yeah, I was about to say
that's a very nice collar shirt,
dude. At Radio Row, this guy's always in like a hoodie and this and that. My brother. The face of the company, face of the org.
Well, when you cover Super Bowls, you know, multiple times, like they get tiring after a while. It gets old.
No big deal. Sorry, you little people who.
Fear. What is your question for Dan? Dan, Fear's been
to these
in here before.
I'd rather have not another man call me my baby. I'm good on that.
Oh.
All right,
that's big guy.
Let's get it going. We're gonna go with.
Do the Monday night.
Oh, he knows it's go time.
When the music was turned on, he knows exactly what that means.
He knows it's go time. Why don't you look up The Rock's face when he turns around and sees the Undertaker at WrestleMania? That's exactly how it is.
A good one. Yeah, exactly. So we're talking Monday Night Football for a bit, or what are we doing? Yeah, okay.
The doctor was not in.
49ers dominate the Jets 32-19. Very interesting game at the beginning. The first half, it was kind of a back and forth. Then all of a sudden, the 49ers turned it on. Gilbert, what was your quick analysis of the game?
Yeah, and I'll make fun of the people on Twitter. Like, this is why I don't tweet too much, because I'll make fun of myself. When I tweeted Anthony Richardson's bomb, like, see, he could throw. I think he threw an interception right after that. But like, people were people were tweeting like, "Oh my God, that drive was amazing! That Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson executed down the field for a touchdown. That's the best drive in Jets history, or in the last 20 years." And they get their butts whooped. I'm like, can we wait for the game to develop? Like, they're playing the 49ers in San Francisco. Like, yeah, we all want to make Aaron Rodgers a thing. And real quick, he looked very slow. I get that he's rusty, but he's also 40 years
football.
He looks 40 years old, though. But I will give him the benefit of the doubt, because they are playing a very good team on the road, and it's his first game in over a year. Like, we were all waiting for him to play 4 snaps. Okay, cool. We did that one thing off. He had some laser throws to Garrett Wilson, but after that one touchdown, I was like, you couldn't, like, that defense couldn't stop the run. Like, you're Robert Saleh, like, who I finally saw do fist pumps for the first time in Jets history for him as a coach. Like, he was finally animated. That defense did nothing to stop that rushing game from the number 2 running back for the 49ers. So I'm not even ready to call the Jets a playoff team just yet. They're definitely not Super Bowl contenders, but I'm not gonna write them off just yet. But they don't look like a playoff team. They're not even close yet. They're still the New York Jets to me.
Yeah, I'll just go real quick. They do need something. Mike Williams, I think, had 0 catches, I believe.
Yeah,
it seemed like those guys weren't in sync. The offense still wasn't in sync. By the way, the guy that was in sync was Alan Lazard and Aaron, because there was one that he just threw. It was obviously the defender had jumped, but he threw it right in his breadbasket. Other than that, it was still like he's trying to get with Garrett Wilson. The defense, I thought, had played well in the first half. I think in the second half, because of how much the Jets were punting, they just got exhausted. So, yeah, and it doesn't get any easier from here. Their schedule is pretty tough to start it out, but the Jets are going to need to rely on their run game, rely on their defense, and hope that Aaron can stay relatively clean and not turn the ball over. But man, now my other side, the 49ers look like a team on a mission. I know it's only game 1, but everybody was flying. Special teams, offense, defense. Like, I know 49er fans were kind of giving Brandon Ayuk a hard time, but Brandon Ayuk, but that team looks like they're on a mission, and I really was impressed with the way they were just flying around. It could have been lackadaisical, Trent Williams barely coming in, Brandon Ayuk barely coming in, but they were flying all over the field. So I was really impressed by the 49ers, and maybe they really can turn this on. I know they didn't have CMC, but it put up 32 points without CMC. That's pretty impressive. Vic, go ahead.
I think for me, honestly, my biggest takeaway from this game was the 49ers run defense. I think that was their biggest bugaboo last season, and after the first game, they've kind of fixed that. The pass rush was there with Bosa and the rest of the guys. I mean, Fred Warner is a beast, man. Like, that guy just continues to be outstanding, one of the best linebackers, and not just in the last couple of years, but you can say in NFL history, just the way he moves sideline to sideline. But for me, that was my biggest takeaway is, if this team is going to win the Super Bowl, finally win the Super Bowl for Kyle Shanahan, they need to fix that run defense. I had had some question marks with this defense. You're bringing in a DC that nobody's even heard of. You bring him up, and make him the DC. You have Brandon Staley there as an assistant. I know people in Charger land don't want to hear that name, but so far so good. We'll see if they can keep it going. But that was my biggest takeaway. Dan?
Oh, I was just going to say, it's week 1. Aaron Rodgers had a year without football. He's just getting into it. I'm not going to press the panic button yet. I think, if memory serves me right, I don't think the Niners lost anybody. So obviously they're going to come out fired up, ready to go.
Young.
They're going to look who?
What? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Who is right? He doesn't do much. Yeah.
Who?
Chase Young. The guy that the Washington Commanders drafted instead of your quarterback.
Shitting me, dude. That's who you're
you
going to interrupt me for. That's who you're going to interrupt me for, that they lost.
Hey,
the guy who was
you gave the Dolphins a lot of crap, but you should give the Commanders a lot of thank you letters for Chase Young.
Why should I give them thank you letters for Chase?
Because they drafted Chase Young.
They could have
taken a quarterback too.
Ron Rivera said he regrets not going with Justin Herbert in that draft.
Yeah, he can shut the hell up. This is all hindsight's 2020.
Friend of the show.
Don't even. Well, he stood us up. I wasn't happy about that. Don't remind me of that.
last season. Was that? It was. Yeah,
I think it
this
was.
year.
But anyway,
No, it was in
anyways,
Arizona.
anyway.
It was in
See,
Arizona.
this is what happens. You guys
Wow.
take me off my path and I'm
You're
going.
right.
Now I don't know where I am.
This
now
is why we
It's
have you
so
on.
much fun.
Yeah.
Just like that imbecile who's in the chat half the time. God. But anyway, I'm not gonna press the panic button. You know, I think the Niners are gonna be in the playoffs. I don't think there's any question about that. I still want to wait and see to see if he actually chokes it off. Because if anything, what are they going to go and do? The part 3, we're going to get a Taylor Swift Bowl part 2, and they're just going to tell, hey, buddy, you're taking a dive tonight. So we'll see. I'm not worried about it. I think they'll both be in the playoffs. I think, again, it's just going to take time. Like, I don't know how much he's been throwing with Mike and all that. I think that's the biggest stat line for me. That's so crazy. Mike Williams getting 0-0. Like,
well, I think I saw a stat. I think I saw.
Was he hurt? No, right? Because I only saw the second half.
No,
he wasn't hurt, right?
Mike.
Did he
Mike
play?
Keenan,
He did.
Gerald Everett, and Austin Eckler did not
trash.
have
Yeah,
good.
trash. Yeah.
They
Well,
did
the
not
Commanders,
Right.
the Commanders are the Commanders. Like, they can't even settle on a name to call themselves. They have no identity, let alone an identity on the field. Like, it
By
is
the
what
way,
it is on that one.
you should have seen Jaden Daniels over the weekend. You would have compared him to a Steelers quarterback.
Oh, I saw some of those. Yeah. Are you talking about Justin Fields
Yeah.
being Walter Payton out there, or who's the dude? I was telling some of the boys. I was telling some of the boys I was watching. I was like, I woke up at 10 a.m. fired up. It's Sunday football, baby. Let's go. The local games, the Steelers and the Falcons. I fell asleep for 2 hours, dude. Team was garbage.
Oh, you didn't pay $700
By the way,
for
NFL
Sunday ticket?
Oh, I refused. I'm very upset with the NFL. Are we doing burial this week or no?
Yes,
we are.
We're trying to
Okay,
get it in.
then
Yeah.
I'll save it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
All right.
I want someone to give me credit on that one. I said whoever signs Kirk Cousins is not serious about winning.
Yep.
He threw 2 picks, right? I was asleep halfway through it, but
Yeah,
he threw
he was
2
terrible.
picks. They look terrible, and they paid him so much money. Like, what are we doing?
I like how we
Jeez
segue to a different take.
Dude, by the
There we
way,
go.
I like
Here we
it.
go. Go ahead, Dan.
This-
Go
this is
ahead.
the problem.
Best quarterback
This-
over the week.
this is the only problem.
Quarterback over the weekend was Baker Mayfield.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out. Hey, who said that though? Who?
No,
Anyway,
I think Matthew
Dude,
Stafford.
I've been
also
so
had a
out of
great-
the loop. They paid Dak Prescott $60 million.
Yeah, a year.
Are
Highest
you
paid
kidding
quarterback
me?
or highest
Are
paid player in NFL history.
Are you kidding me? This league is a joke. The quarterback position is a joke. They're paying Dak Prescott just to lose in the first round $60 million. Jerry, you should have taken a longer shower now.
Hey. Yeah.
Turn up
All right.
the heat, Jerry.
Let's have a
Get the
Dan
blood
segue
pumping.
right into his takeaway, which is
All right, what is your?
Oh, he's trash. You know what's funny? He's trash. It was so
He's gonna make
exactly.
$40 million soon,
Exactly.
apparently.
Scotty P, not close to the son of Odin. This bum can't even lace up his cleats. Terrible, dude. You know what's funny? I
He
could
threw for
understand-
90 yards, Dan.
Bro, get
He won the game
freaking-
though. Don't
What
forget.
was it? Oh my God. Are you serious?
They won the game.
the game?
They won the game.
What was it? A pick six and a return?
Gilbert, yeah. Jonathan Owens, Simone Biles.
Oh,
Simone Biles.
One for,
Fun. You know what's funny? That's like it worked out in the end. I sucked ass in the game, but it worked out in the end. I won my
Gilbert,
fifth one.
you have to think that the Bears are gonna get blown out on Sunday without Roma Dunze possibly,
Yeah.
and they're going to
Can't
Houston.
wait. I can't
Well,
wait. I should live tweet this. I should live tweet Sunday night.
I'm gonna keep trolling Dan because I know he has a disdain for Caleb Williams. But the reason why I picked them to make the playoffs is not because of Caleb Williams, because they have a good defense and good
Oh,
wide
here we
receivers
go.
and good players.
Here we
around them.
go.
So
Here we go.
when they had a team effort to rally, I'm like, well, that's what I know. I know football, right? When people say I don't know crap, take that, Scotty P.
Scotty
but,
P,
yeah.
keep it up. Keep it up.
A collective effort matters. When you have Simone Biles' husband
All
get in
of a
that
sudden.
that
What's his
punt
name?
block,
You don't know his name? That's
nobody
Jonathan
knows his
Owens.
name.
That's kind
Uh,
of crazy. You don't know his name?
Jonathan Owens, yeah, and
He-
then Jalen
nice
Johnson
little
had a
Google
pick on
search.
Will Levis, but yeah, no,
The Will Levis. My God.
he was terrible. Yeah,
You
go
could
ahead.
have put Stephen Hawking out there to throw a better pass. My God. My God, in absolute heaven, dude. But I love how now it's the defense, it's the this, it's the that. Caleb's going to be trash, dude. They're not making the playoffs. How about this? I will bet you a 12-pack. No, I'll bet you a 6-pack of Modelo's Bears don't make the playoffs. I'm making a lot of bets today.
Oh
I'm making
yeah,
a lot of bets.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I got 24
heard-
pack.
yeah.
I got a 24 pack of Coke Zero that the Steelers finish under 500. I got a 6-pack.
Really? Okay.
That
you already won.
United.
You already won pizza.
Oh,
and
I already won pizza and beer. Let's go, baby.
He
and
was
I got
so Dan. He was so. We're in the car, and he like chucks his phone, and I'm like, "What's up, Eric?"
Dangerous,
like,
baby.
Justin Fields is freaking starting. I already lost my bet to Dan. And then
that was such an easy bet, though. Like, did you predict week 1 to start, or just any time?
I said it. No,
before he said before Halloween.
Okay,
before their bye, or maybe I said
one
before
game.
their bye, or before the trade. I don't.
That's
remember.
a good victory for you.
But I have a 6-pack, a Coke Zero bet that United won't finish in the top 4. So I'm all over the place.
And then you have the Chargers will make the playoffs.
Yeah. That's right. And I got that the Chargers will make a playoffs, wings and beer. Yeah. So I'll add a little 6-pack of Modelo's for you. You want to take that?
Right now they don't look good, so why would I take that bet?
All of a sudden
you had them making the playoffs.
Yeah,
pull up the column.
I already made my pick. I could, I'm not gonna.
Can you imagine if the Vikings make the playoffs and the Bears are the ones that end up with like 5 wins?
Dude, I'm gonna fly out to Minnesota and I'm gonna say, let's all get together. Let's all get together. Yeah. Go get a bag.
Dude,
Club or what?
He's gonna blow up your article with their prediction.
Look at
put
this
it out
loser.
Near the stadium and just everybody chant something.
That'd be a good promo though. Like if they go like 13-4, I will fly to Minnesota and you could parade me around. Like, hey, go make fun of this
guy. Dude, we'll print out a shirt with your article and then we'll hang something on your neck that says shame, and I'll just ring a bell. Shame. Like in Game of Thrones. Shame. Hey, shout out, Kay. Shout out, Kay.
Okay, Kay, you can set it up for us.
Thank you, Kay, for listening to us. But all right,
if we go 13-4, okay, 13-4, that's it.
Oh, now he's
shame.
All right, Vic, what do you got for us? What was your week 1 takeaway?
For me, I think the defenses have caught up to the offensive gurus now. We saw only 2 quarterbacks throw over 300 yards. That was Tua and Stafford. That was it. And then you had 6 running backs go over 100 yards, and you also had a running quarterback that Dan loves in Lamar Jackson go over 100 yards rush.
I never want to hear about that guy ever again, by the way, from what I saw on Thursday.
Yeah, and I'm with you too. I'm with you too. And I think part of the what we've seen with the NFL and the way it's changing too is the fact that you're seeing your defensive end, your linebackers, and your nickels are being developed to be able to stop these offenses. And so now the offenses, these offensive girls need to kind of, now they need to innovate. Again, they need to take the next step. And you're already seeing it with some guys like Sean McVay where they're running that scheme. You're going to need to run the ball. We saw with Jim Harbaugh, I know Gilbert was not happy with Antonio Pierce, but they're running the ball as well. And you need good defense.
Terrible coach.
And good at running the ball right now. And if you have one of those quarterbacks late in the game, like a Matthew Stafford, or a Patrick Mahomes, that's the way you're going to win in this league right now. And then Justin Herbert,
son of Odin, baby.
And then the last thing too that I kind of took away from this weekend is I thought the dynamic kickoff was going to be the thing that teams were going to take advantage of in the first couple of weeks. It's not. It's kickers. Kickers when. What was it? 21 of 23 with 50-plus 50-yard field goals this week. You have dudes making in Aubrey from the Cowboys making 65-yarders look like nothing. And so, and even
they
you saw
gone for that 71-yarder, by the way.
Yeah, they should have. Mike McCarthy, what the hell are you doing?
What's his name yesterday?
Yeah, Jake Moody had 6. Chris Boswell had 6 as well.
Oh, yeah.
If you and the Chargers have Dicker. That guy, that's gonna win the Chargers games, especially if you get around the 40-yard line. If you're on 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10 from around the 40-yard line, all you're gonna do is try to run the ball or run a little screen to get the ball inside between the 40 and the 35, because these guys can kick the ball over 50 to 60 yards now. And so I think that's going to be a big thing going forward. Is the winning formula is going to be your defense, your kicking game, and then your running game. And then that's something that the Chargers have and a lot of teams need to have in order to win in this league this year. So that was my biggest takeaway, guys.
I'll just say it was cool to see the Cardinals take it back, by the way.
Half of the league of the quarterbacks threw for less than 200 yards.
Yeah, because they're trash. They're trash. Half of these guys are trash.
Like, that's actually a good point, Dan. Like they're getting overpaid, and now the mediocre and the line is getting pretty close.
Can you guys put some respect on my quarterback's name, DC4? No idea who that is. Sorry.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
For the Panthers. Are we trolling?
I don't know who that guy is, but
hey,
anyway,
look what getting a competent offensive coordinator does. Like Kubiak, I mean,
it's the Panthers. Can we wait?
I was gonna tell you the other day I had a freaking debate about this. Guys. I had a debate about this. Like I hate these morons who say Mahomes is the GOAT or this guy. I'm like, you guys have no idea what it was like to watch Peyton Manning. The offensive coordinator on his team was a position, just a title. It didn't exist. He was the offensive coordinator. You have no idea how many divorces Peyton Manning caused because the defensive coordinator that week abandoned his children. You have no idea how many AA meetings Peyton Manning forced defensive coordinators to go to because they were drinking so abundantly all week because they had a game plan against them. Like, it's just unbelievable to me. It's night and day now what you're seeing with these quarterbacks, and I think it's for the worst, honestly. It's just unbelievable. But the one little silver lining, the little parting of the cloud and the light, there he is, out of the elevator finally. The son of Odin, God of lightning. Justin Herbert, baby. Let's go.
Dan, before we get it going, I'm going. This is my show, by the way, not yours.
It's your show now.
All right. No, well, I mean, not his. This is Dan's show. That's why. Dan, week 4,
that's a paragraph.
City. Our defense will keep us in the game. My question is, do you believe our offense will decide if we win or lose this game?
Capital letters. Did you see that?
That's well, I mean, that's obvious, right? If the defense keeps you in the game, the offense has got to score points. And I think it's going to be, I think the formula of what Harbaugh wants to do is what we saw last Sunday. He wants to play hard physical defense. He wants to run the football, control the clock. You know, the reason why they got out and they won that game was because they were physical. They were physical in offense, no matter if it didn't work and everything else. You know, I think by week 4, they're going to figure out a little more and they're going to put up more points. But, you know, compared to Sunday, that's exactly what they're going to have to do. The only thing I kind of want to see a little bit different, if possible, is, you know, sometimes they would kind of go into heavier personnel, and they were having a hard time getting a push up front from some of these guys. So that's the only thing. If you spread out the Chiefs a little bit more, I think that's going to be able to help you. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I still think, and I said this in my prediction, I think they're going to win the first one, and then they'll lose in Kansas City. I think they'll win the first one. I think they're going to catch them by surprise. It's a new system, new scheme. And you know, all Harbaugh and Jesse Minter and these guys have been doing is watching Chiefs film since they got hired. You know, because really in the division, let's be honest, the Broncos won't be a threat, and neither will the Raiders, no matter what anybody has to say. No offense. No offense.
I felt like a shot.
It's not, because it's true. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I told what's his name? I told Joe Morley, because we were talking about the game. I was like, I honestly think, you know, I understand the defense is good and everything else, but, you know, I just don't see really how you're going to generate a lot of points with some of these teams. So, I mean, my biggest problem with, you know, some of these past Charger teams, right, is the same thing as always. Offense will go 3 and out. Defense will be on the field for like 2 times the snaps. That's a problem. You know, same thing with the Raiders now, right? If you have a good defense, you got to be able to sustain drives and keep their legs fresh. You can't go 3 and out. You can't have turnovers, because really, in my opinion, what lost the Raiders the game was those 2 turnovers. That was it.
Yeah.
No, well, that was it. Literally,
the Minshew one was a
no. Dan's talking about the Minshew fumble, and then
there was
fumble by
by the running back,
Zamir White.
Yes.
He's not talking the interception. I mean, it was basically
that game was over by then.
And the 2 coward calls, the punt, and then take the field goal.
That's not true. I see that. I have a opposing viewpoint to that, but we don't have to get into it.
Somebody got mad at me for that one, Dan. Remember?
I saw that. That was so stupid. But like, the thing that in all honesty, this is just my opinion, okay? What goes into these coaching decisions is, number one, momentum. Can't give them momentum. They already went for a 4th and 1 and lost it. They didn't get it because by God, finally we have some damn horses up front who are going to stuff the run. The other thing is when it comes to, there's just so many wrong things that can happen.
This shit. I'm sorry, Dan. Screenshot this shit. Victor, I'm gonna do $100 super chat to the Compas on the beat after Chargers.
Let's go.
Hey,
there you go.
How about everybody?
Let's
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah. Even better, I'll pick the Chiefs that week. That way the Chargers win for sure.
Reverse curse. But anyway,
All right.
yeah, we can move on. Yeah.
All right. Charlie, how you doing? Thank you so much for jumping on with
Hey,
us.
what's up, Charlie?
All right. Let us go now to Compas NFL Power Rankings. Gilbert, why don't you kick us off?
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you just gonna give me your analysis for every pick that I got here?
They barely won by 7 against
get
an
outta here.
average team, and you're gonna put them ahead of the Niners. That's crazy. Niners
This
always beat them
offense-
down.
Okay, the Chiefs are number 1 for the audio people. The Chiefs are gonna be number 1. This offense is gonna be so much better than last year. Dan.
Oh yeah, screen, bubble, slant, break out the play.
The Ravens have
a
good defense, and they could have stopped Rasheed Rice going up on a
Because
slant. They could have stopped Xavier Worthy going down the field.
The
They still
better
got Isaiah
Harbaugh's not
Pacheco.
there, guy. The better.
Well, I can't
Harbaugh's
wait
not
for
there.
September 29th or whatever the heck it is. At SoFi Stadium. But yeah, Chiefs number 1. I think the offense is gonna be better. The defense is still very high flying. They just don't know how to get to the football, man. Like Lamar Jackson had to be a hero, and he took a bunch of hits and punishment. Like, yeah, I'm worried about the Ravens, by the way. So you got some points there on the Ravens being a little, average or sus, as the kids say. But Chiefs are number 1, and they're still a defending champion after week 1. Like, I still gotta, put
Are you
them
gonna
up
give
there.
them 5 booms or 5 dooms?
Wait, what the hell is that?
Thank God you don't know about that.
Okay,
I've unfortunately been exposed to that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
49ers number 2. They dominated the Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, the 2 Super Bowl teams, 1 and 2. Lions. I'm not too worried about that one Jared Goff game. Maybe Fernando, I think you are a little more than I am, but Lions are still very good. 4. My Houston Texans, who I picked to win the Super Bowl, they were impressive. Speaking about running the football and good defense, Joe Mixon showed out for them. He's an older running back, but he played well. And then number 5, the Bills, who actually chose to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. They'll probably choke in the playoffs like they always do, but I think Josh Allen and the Bills are still very good despite losing a bunch of players from last year.
According to Jeremy Fowler, because obviously it's Rams versus Cardinals this week, right tackle Jonah Williams' knee injury. He is expected to miss some time.
Damn.
Wow.
So that'll be interesting.
Wait, you said Cardinals or wait?
No, Jonah
Cardinals.
Jackson against the Cardinals. So he's Jonah Jackson.
I think it meant Jonah Williams. Okay, cool. I'm like,
No, he said Jonah Williams. Cardinals right tackle Jonah Williams.
See, there. God damn it. Sorry, damn it. Jonah Williams plays for Mike. Scotty P. I got a lot of teams that like the Cardinals are my sleeper team this year, and they just lost their damn right tackle. What the hell? Okay, go ahead.
Don't worry, Dan and I are going to mass for you tomorrow. We'll pray for you.
Exactly.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll go.
People believe you.
Go ahead.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Mine are number 1 Chiefs, as Gilbert said. They're the defending champions. So until somebody dethrones them, I'm gonna put them number 1, and then they look pretty good defensively. I like what our guy Spags does there. He's been really good. I think part of the reason they've been so dominant. I know everybody talks about Mahomes and Andy Reid, but Spags, what he's done, the way he develops those defensive backs has been really good. Is number 2, 49ers. I mean, what I saw yesterday, as I talked about earlier, I was kind of concerned about that run defense. They played really well. Number 3, the Lions. I still think they're a Super Bowl contender, even after what I saw. The Rams, Sean McVay just had a really good game plan against them, and they knew how to attack Jared Goff. I just don't see it, especially if you're gonna play a lot of these games indoors. I think they're gonna be up there the whole year. Texans, I've changed my tune on the Texans. After seeing Joe Mixon, I think that was the most impressive thing was their ground game. The way they ran the ball was something they didn't have last season. I mean, they were in the bottom tier of the NFL last season in running the ball. You bring in a Joe Mixon, he's done really well. And then I told you guys, last year I wasn't high on the Eagles and Howie Roseman. This season, I'm in. I like what they've done, especially defensively. I didn't know what they were going to do with their linebackers. They went and signed the former linebacker from the Bucks. He didn't even travel That's how confident they were with some of their linebackers and safety. So far, and then one thing I had a big question. We talked about it on Hilberto's Hour. Was Kellen Moore? What the heck is Kellen Moore gonna do? He led, last season with the Chargers. That first game, the Chargers led the league in rushing. And then one of the things I really liked that he added to this Eagles offense was the motion. They did really well with that. And then Saquon Barkley, man, what a get to go and get him. I put him number 5. I think they're going to be one of those teams that are going to make a push to be in the Super Bowl again.
You gave the Stooge an hour and named it a show.
Yeah. I gotta have you on one day so you could actually promote the show,
dude. Let's just pop Modelo's the whole time. Let's just drink and fuck about. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I stole your name too, so credit to you.
Some shithousery. I told you.
I'm gonna go 49ers 1, Chiefs 2, Bucks 3, Texans 4, Bills 5.
Way to be different. We did not pick favorites like some stooge, Frau. Good job.
49ers, the Jets, the way they really took it to the Jets was very impressive. They didn't even have their best player. They had, like I said, Brandon Ayuk was messed up. He came up late. Then you have Darvish just gave up. He gave up a double.
Who cares about baseball season? Damn it! Who cares?
But I really was impressed by the 49ers, their defense, everybody swarming to the ball. The Chiefs, I have questions about that. And the thing is that with Lamar Jackson, you couldn't see a quarterback exploit their passing defense. No offense to anybody, but Isaiah Likely got over 100 yards on them. I'm wondering what would have happened, because I'm telling you, that L'Jarius Sneed missing him. I know towards the back end of the season, people thought he wasn't good, but now Trent McDuffie has to go up against the number one receiver. Oh, I know who Airborne Figgy is now.
Yeah, that's Tony. Duh.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that? Yeah. Shout out, Tony. Love you, bud.
Yeah, shout out to Tony. He was the one that jumped in Gilbert and was giving Dan crap during the draft.
Okay. Then I like him.
One of them.
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's not hanging with Hernandez, right?
No.
Okay. That one se pasó, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Great names. You can't give them anything less.
Bastard is so creative. That was the funniest part. Hanging with. Not gonna read that.
3, the Bucks. I like the Bucks just because I really am impressed with their team. A lot of people were kind of writing them off a little bit just because the Falcons got new toys. I was one of them. I have the Bucks making the playoffs, but I did not have them winning the division. But still, I'm very impressed with the Bucks. The Texans, I'm still not 100% on it week 1, honestly. So I'm not going to completely overreact, but yeah, they did look good. What's his name? Got Stephon Diggs had 2 touchdowns. Joe Mixon also did some good things. Their defense they give up some home runs there, but for the most part, they were pretty intact. And then the Bills, that was an impressive win. They were down. They did not give up. They came back and they beat Hilberto's Cardinals, and that was pretty impressive. So that's my 5. All right.
Gilbert has a lot of teams apparently, right?
Yeah, that's what
I know.
They are not just the Raiders.
All right, Hilberto or Dan, why don't you give us your you're gonna take a different spin with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do bottom 5. I'm gonna do bottom 5. Who did I have in my bottom 5?
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead and start it off.
It's
a team in Carolina, and I got you right now with the banner.
You went with Carolina number 1, Dan.
All right. Chargers win 48-6. I'd be very happy with here. There you go.
Would you be mad at it?
Here we go. I went with Carolina because if you make Sid from Toy Story look good, you just plain suck. I don't know what to tell you. The Ravens, I'm tired of hearing about Lamar Jackson.
Ravens
can't hit someone in the back of the end zone for a tutty to win the game or tie the game.
That's
fair. I thought his comments also were soft, so whatever about the AFC Championship. I'm.
He said I'm over the. You're not going to effing throw. Like I'd rather if I.
But that's the problem. But that's the problem. Like that's not the position guy. We're not asking you to be the running back or the read option guy. We need you to stand in the pocket, put your big boy pants on, and sling that effing rock.
Would you?
The other one. Yeah, no, I would not. Oh, yes, I would for the backfield. There you go. He'll have the getaway speed. He'll leave J.K. Dobbins in the dust, dude. All right, the other one, rapid 30 seconds. Cardinals, not a fan of Kyler Murray. Call of Duty's coming out. You already know what's going to happen. Marvin Harrison Jr., 0 catches, I think. I don't think.
Yeah, 2 of my teams on here.
The Packers, what can I say? LaFleur's not very good. I think he's, an egomaniac. Probably very, what's it
Malik
called?
Willis is now their starting quarterback.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
You lose Jordan Love, who was good for one season, half a season. And then you pay him $55 million.
My doppelganger, apparently.
That smells like panic to me. He'll be out of a job pretty soon because
don't say anything bad about a certain person's Packers.
That's not gonna. Don't even get me started. Between the Packers and the lame state of Wisconsin, I'll take them both on. Don't you worry. That's my boy. I love that guy. He's the best.
Number 5, Dan.
The Bears. When you have to paint your nails to get attention and show up to the stadium, I don't think that's not very good. Everybody remember what people remember from Sunday was what nail polish he used in the design on his fingernails. That's about it.
You remember what color was it?
It was orange, obviously, for the I loved Terry Bradshaw's comments, where he's like, could you imagine in the 1970s if I would have painted my nails gold and black?
They freaked out on Fox.
Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny.
They went
it was so funny.
mode.
It was so funny. I was like, you tell him, Terry. You tell him, Terry.
All right.
Because I'll tell you one thing. If he was a weirdo and, whatever, did his fashion, whatever.
Okay.
But he slaying the rock. He slaying the rock, and he, put up 300 and some tuds. All right, we can put up with it. I mean, we put up with. Oh, never mind. I was going to go a different route.
All right.
Number six. The Chiefs. The week is in. The Taylor Swift phenomenon is going to be undone soon. There was a leak that they're going to break up. I can't wait for it. I know it's fake, but I'm hoping.
What are you talking about? They were hugging and kissing at the U.S. Open.
Allegedly.
Allegedly what? About the what?
The breakup, allegedly. Contract.
Allegedly. Who cares? Controversy. Sorry. Whatever. Hey. Uncle Roger's going to get fed up with him. He's going to be angry that they broke up.
What about the lining up of Ronnie Staley getting busted for that? Not for the illegal formation, and then what's
don't even get me started. Yeah, the illegal formations. All of a sudden, we're worried.
Yeah.
Damn, what's his name? Is might as well be an H-back out there.
You know what's crazy? I found a clip of Max Crosby criticizing Joey Bosa for when he got mad threw his helmet against the Jaguars, but he was thinking that it was because he was getting beaten, held by the offensive line. It wasn't that. Joey was pissed that Jawan Taylor kept on lining up in the backfield, and he kept on pointing it out to the official. And I remember a certain employee of the Chargers said, hey, we let the league know, hey, this guy is lining up like a yard, like literally his helmet is on the other player's like cleat or whatever. He's way far back, and they didn't do anything about it. So
they don't care.
But
especially they don't care now. Yeah, I was talking about it the other day, and honestly, in reality, if you look at it, the Chiefs should have 0 Super Bowls. But I mean, we can go through another.
Honestly, that was like the one game they actually called it pretty heavily. So maybe you're onto something, Dan.
We can go through another conspiracy rabbit hole the other day about
No.
All right, let's go. So the
day goes 2 hours. I'll pull up the whiteboard. I'll do that meme.
Number 1
like
is the Chiefs. Number 2, the $49ers. 3, the Texans. 4, the Lions. 5, the Bills. So basically, Hilberto's
that's my pick.
Rankings are the points, but
I know football.
Oh, you adjusted?
Adjusted? All right. Let us now go to picking our 5 NFL games. Last week, Hilberto went 4-1. Dan went 3-2.
I know football.
Vic and I both went 2-3. So
because you're a degenerate gambler, you know the odds. That's all you know right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, remember, Dan Gilbert didn't really take a leap of faith.
He picks favorites.
Yeah,
because favorites.
I didn't choose a freaking Raiders. Last week. Yeah, that was definitely a leap of faith.
All right, let us get this going. All right, first game. Let us do Bills at Dolphins. I will go with the Bills. Dan?
At Dolphins?
Yeah.
Thursday Night Football, by the way.
Oh, I don't trust the throwing Samoa in. I hate these, but I don't trust that, I got in trouble for saying this. I won't say it again, but that enthusiast over there out there in Buffalo. I guess give me the Bills. I'll take the Bills, whatever.
Vic?
Give me the Bills. I'll go. I'm with you. Dan. You know, I know they're going to go on the road, but we've seen the Bills dominate the Dolphins.
Yeah.
When they play somebody good, they don't play well. And the Jaguars gave that game away last week.
Oh my God! Don't even get
that
me
was another
started.
one.
That was terrible.
Dougie P's
by the
let
way,
me down, dude.
we want to encourage people. Throw out your game predictions.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you guys. DZ said Dolphins. Athir said Miami by 10. So I love that. Yeah, both running backs are banged up. They haven't
for Miami.
Yet, but we'll see what happens there. Gilbert, we don't want to leave you out in the dark. What do you think?
We can leave him out there. Turn off the lights.
Machado just homered, Dan. You know what you got to do with that.
Nobody cares.
Gotta do it. Who cares about baseball? But I love raising hell in the group chat.
Okay.
Hey, airborne Figgy, here it comes.
Oh wow, my God, this was a degenerate gambler.
I'm surprised the Bills are actually the underdogs here. Yeah, you're going down to South Beach, but remember the cops here don't like Tyreek Hill, so maybe he might not even play. So definitely take the Bills there.
By the way,
hey,
Manny Machado, most home runs in franchise history, 164. So there you go.
Nobody cares. Okay, give me the Bills.
Dan cares.
Sure. Did we all take the Bills? We all took the Bills? Oh, they're screwed.
Yeah, they're screwed.
Yeah.
Because of you, not because of us.
Okay, I went last. We all
right. This will be interesting. Buccaneers at Dolphins, a rematch of the.
No,
hold on.
Lions,
Lions.
Lions.
Okay,
Lions.
Lions.
Wait, what did I say?
You said
Dolphins.
Oh, my bad. Bucks at Lions. Rematch
animal.
of the AFC Championship or AFC divisional game.
NFC.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, they had Scarface over there, but I'll just keep it
I'm gonna do it. Go Bucks. Go ahead. Gilbert.
Okay, that's your team, by the way. I really wanted to pick the Bucks, but I don't want
that's a team out of nowhere that nobody really thought about.
Damn you!
Yeah, that's definitely your team. I don't want to get involved, so I'm taking the Lions here. But they look good.
You know what, man? Are they on the road or are they at home?
They're at home.
Oh, they're at home? Oh, you know what, man? Ford Stadium's going to be rocking. I'm going to have a fat water dip in my mouth. Let's go Lions, baby. Roar.
There we go. At the air with Detroit big. There we go. All right. And then I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Lions here at home. Yep. I need to come back.
That's fine. I mean, I'll be the only one. All right. This one's easy. Bengals at Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs. Dan?
Chiefs?
After what the Bengals did, they lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, but they're 6-1.
The Chiefs are the sixth worst team in the NFL, according to Dan.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so you're gonna go Bengals?
Give me Bengals. Give me Bengals.
Oh shit, Vic.
Give me the Chiefs at home. I mean, it's pretty easy there. You're right.
So,
I mean, yeah, and the Bengals usually start slow. It's the middle of the season when they kind of kick it in gear, and they end up going on that run to make the playoffs.
That's why they gave this game an easy game for them, huh, Dan?
That's right. Needed a walkthrough. That's what they love. They love giving to me. They're like,
Gilbert, I don't even need to go to you. I already know you're going with the Chiefs.
Oh, there's this cheap photo in the background. What are we even talking about over here?
Oh, what are you talking about? It's Josh Allen going over a Chiefs player. Come on, man.
Oh, who was that in the photo?
All right.
Justin Reed. Who did not even kick a kickoff, by the way.
All right, let's. You know what, Tony? You want to be our? Give us all of them. Give us all of them.
Yeah, give us all your locks.
You're a betting guy.
Give us all your gambles.
Make sure you join us for Gilberto's hour. We'll have more betting on there.
Yeah.
Bears
and I won people money
Texans.
last week.
I'm gonna go with the Texans. Gilberto.
Man, we're all gonna a bunch of favorite picks here, but yeah, the Bears look terrible.
Well,
if
it
still
looks
my
like
teams.
it's bad matchups, yeah.
Yeah,
I at least gave you the Bucks. I went above and beyond.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it.
I got the Bengals. What are you talking about? Don't look at me like that.
So it's just me. Okay, I don't want to jump in your parade and come on, it's the Bengals with the Chiefs, but the Bengals are.
Take the Bears. You're excited.
I want to go off on people who pick the Bengals every year just because they went to one Super Bowl. I'm tired of them. They're frauds. Whatever. Give me the Texans.
Gilberto.
I'm tired of the Bengals.
He said.
Oh,
he said,
God.
brother, you know I got a problem. I hit my four-legger last week. Started the season right.
Oh,
Congrats.
my God.
Athir has Bengals 31, Chiefs 24 in overtime.
There we go.
DC, there you go, DC.
Bears defense looks good, but Caleb's nail polish not so much. All right, Vic, who you got?
See,
I'll take the chance here just because that way we don't pick the same team here. I'll go with the Bears. I'll take the chance here. I think that Bears defense looks good, as DC said, and they'll let the Texans kind of unravel like the Titans did last week. So I'll take the Bears here.
Dan.
I think the Texans will smash them. DeMarco Murray's old school. He's going to tell him, I am not losing to this guy.
Oh, Dan's going to love this.
Get after it. There you go.
Whoa.
I like that. 4 picks. Let's go. Fear smoking. What is that?
Gilbert, that means for this next game, you have to go against what we all say. I go Falcons at Eagles.
Oh, he's got his Falcons.
We all took
a chance.
They look like garbage.
You were the one who was hyped up. Kirk Cousins got signed by them. I think they're going to be a really good team. I'm
going to go with the Eagles, Vic.
All right, I'll take the Eagles as well. I just talked about
you guys.
I like. Who's next?
Fly,
Dan?
Eagles, fly on to victory.
On the road to victory.
On the road to victory.
All right, Gilbert. It's all you now.
I hate to have different picks because I work for SI, by the way.
No big deal. Humble brag.
I do have I just say you say I don't have a job. You think I just scratch my ass and I get up and I just at 10 in the morning and put out YouTube live. I've been live all day, so maybe you're right.
You just look at Rich Eisen and some Pat McAfee.
That's freaking Fernando, by the way. I don't watch those craps.
We have good interviews. What do you mean?
You better apologize to our Copa next time we see him.
You caught astray, as the kids say. But I went with the Eagles on the other place, so I'll go with the Falcons here because you guys have good points. I was hyping them up into the last couple of weeks, so I'm done for that.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you real quick.
Dan, you do the same shit little Daniel does. Daniel shits on you, so you shit on me. What kind of crap is that? Because
he knows that hurts me. He knows that hurts me. The bastard.
But everybody does that. Dan shits on somebody, and somebody has to turn around and throw it at me, and I'm like, what did I have to do in all this? So,
that's how fired up he gets me, man. I'm sorry.
That's what's funny.
Bullets flying off it.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Over under, when do you think what's his name's going to start? Who's the guy that they drafted? What's his name?
Michael Penix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start him unless that offensive line gets fixed.
Yeah, I don't want to react too soon. They look terrible. And what's it called? TJ Watt was a freaking menace, man. They couldn't stop that guy. The referees tried their hardest to stop him. So
give it 2 weeks, he'll be out.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins can't move. I mean, he's coming off that Achilles too.
That's messed up.
Gilbert,
it's not me. It happened.
Yeah,
Gilbert.
Yeah, very good when he's healthy. Yeah.
Let's do this. All right, Falcons at Eagles. Who you got? You got that. Well, who do you really have?
Well,
you have the Eagles.
Eagles, but I was forced here.
Chiefs at Falcons the week after that.
He's got the Falcons.
Chiefs for sure.
Saints at Falcons.
I'll get the Falcons.
Bucks at Falcons.
Oh man, at Falcons, I'll go with the Falcons.
Well, I'm just saying, those are
they're tough. You're right.
Start off.
I think I got caught up in looking at the roster and it looks kind of nice. It looks pretty. I like the coaching staff, and then I'm like, crap. Arthur Smith was playing for the other team. They did, but it looked like a typical Arthur Smith game, and he left. He's playing for the Steelers or coaching the Steelers, but yeah, whatever.
All right. We haven't done this in a while, so
check out their Joe Alt interview. DZ. Sorry, go ahead.
No. It's time for hey, make sure you guys check out our Joe. We talked to Joe Alt today. Hilberto and I, we sat down. It's a great interview. You guys should check it out. We talk about football. We talk about everything with him. So make sure you guys check that out. Great interview. I thought we really got Joe talking 15 minutes with him. That's not easy. So to get a rookie to talk for 15 minutes. So it was definitely awesome. And yeah, we talk a little bit of football, a little bit about haircuts, a little bit about his
a little bit of Monica and Max.
DC, go check it out. It's on the page. Make sure you tell all your Charger buddies. We interviewed Joe Alt. Make sure you guys check that out. But wait, DC, do not leave. Stay here in the chat and then check it out as soon as we're done.
And then Via Copa, Telecopa.
Let's go with Barry of the week. Dan, you're basically the one that created this. Because
I'm really pissed about this.
All right,
let's
go,
I can't believe NFL Sunday Ticket, right? The student one, you can only stream on one device now. What the hell? What the hell? Now, My cousin finally finds a use. I finally find a use for him. He gets me Sunday ticket. I have no use for him now. That's what the NFL's done.
Useless.
That's terrible. Dude, then it's so expensive. It's $700 for half the year.
If you're
That's
on Apple.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Dude.
I would not pay that.
Oh, I'm not paying it. You know what I do now on Sundays? I'm either watching Red Zone and putting the local game on the other TV if it's on one of the other apps, or I'm just watching Red Zone. I'm not paying $700. They can kiss my ass. Damn, NFL takes too much money away from me anyway.
So all right. Go ahead, Vic.
All right, here we go. All right. Usually I'm the positive one on here. You guys know that I'm pretty chill, but I have a little bit of a problem with some of the people who are in our comments, not on here. I'm talking about when we post afterwards. Yes, I mean, look, Gilbert has a job to do. He's not here to pick, Raiders or we like having fun.
It's Paul Heyman here.
Yeah,
there you go.
The bid between Gilbert and Dan, it's a bit.
Think that I hate him?
For some reason, people said you don't know anything about football.
I love those comments. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't understand. Maybe this.
Maybe look, the bit too. I don't know.
I don't know if that's the bit or not.
I think it's the bit. I think people are just going with it.
People understand this is not a serious thing. Like when we give our opinions, I get it. Like I understand that the Chargers, one of their biggest rivals is the Raiders, and I understand that if Gilbert or one of us has a different opinion that has to do with the Chargers, that you're not gonna like it. But we've said before, we're here to have fun. We like having you guys comment on here. Like I said, I usually don't say anything because I love the feedback that we get. But when you just go after Gilbert for something that we're just doing as a bit, I kind of have a problem with that. And so just keep it chill, guys. Like that's all I gotta say. Like, we're all here to have fun. Like, and part of the reason that this show is so successful is because of
top.
Dan and Gilbert's bid here. So I hope people understand. Like even today, like I saw people were like, "Oh, Gilbert, are you a Raiders fan?" No, he's not a Raiders fan.
I love that.
Covers, but yes, I have to say
no, but you're right. That's the other thing I do hate when they try and make it seem like both of you are fans when you're both reporters. Like it's not personal.
By the way, Dan, what do people say? What do people say in the comments about us that they don't like the show because we're what? Too negative.
Oh yeah, too negative about the Chargers or whatever. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a realist. It is what it is. I was gonna say, Vic, I'm gonna shut down all my other accounts that post those things about Gilberto. I'll stop it now. I apologize. All my AI bots.
Well, all right, go ahead. Gilbert.
No, cut him off. Cut him off.
No, I was gonna say real quick, like for the most part, people here in the comments are respectful, but I don't take it personal, but. I'm gonna make my picks. I'm gonna get it wrong, and I'll admit it. I have fun.
I got mad at me because I said that that I didn't think Antonio Pierce.
The punt. Yeah, that's
completely wrong for the fourth. And like I'm like I understood what he was doing with that. I mean, but I gave a different viewpoint, and somebody's like, "Oh, I'm starting to question you if."
Question it. I don't care.
That might have been my comment because I freaking hate that punt. But
but yeah. So, but Gilbert, before you go, well, no, you go ahead. Go.
We'll get to Athir's question after we're done with Bury of the Week.
I was going to ask him a question. But,
it's funny because Dexter Lawrence kind of had something similar, like telling the Giants fans, "Stop booing Daniel Jones for sucking." Like, if my pick sucked that bad, like Daniel Jones, I don't care. Go ahead and destroy me. That's fair game, but. No, the viewers and the listeners make Compas on the beat, and yes,
you suck.
I love Dan and Diego. Like obviously, it's my show, and I can be Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. With a broken freaking neck, with a gold medal, and one of the best heels, Gilberto. By the way, Dan, I introduced Gilberto to to my SI readers because I mentioned it in a story.
Let's go. We need to TM that thing. We need to TM that
I know.
We love the shirt. The shirt is the greatest shirt of all time.
We need to make more of those.
Yeah.
Give those away.
Gilbert's mother-in-law saw it, and
what is this? Yeah, who's this douchebag that my daughter is seeing right now?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, yeah,
I
it's
showed
a good
her that
time,
douchebag.
and yeah, I just hope that for the people that take it too seriously, like I'm gonna pick the Chargers every now and then. Like I know when I'm wrong, they look good, they impress me. So Victor just praised them not too long ago. So all fun and games, but not that damn Antonio Pierce to my burial of the week.
There you go.
I've been bashing them all week, and I'm just kicking myself. Like the two teams that I really regret right now. A little bit of the Bears, but definitely the Falcons, and then the Raiders, like a little bit of Monica. So I don't know what, but yeah, the Raiders and the Falcons are kind of on my crap. They're on the list, like Chris Jericho. They're on the list there. So yeah, Antonio Pierce, man, what a kind of weak move to do the punt there. But I'm actually surprised that I'm outnumbered here. I don't know, Victor. I don't know what your viewpoint is, but I know Dan's more conservative. Fernando, I was shocked that you went that way. And
he's a Madden guy.
Yeah, no, it's not that I went that way. I just wanted to point out a different viewpoint of I kind of understood it. It's like the Chargers offense hadn't done anything except for that one touchdown.
That's the biggest thing. At the
same time, I felt like Antonio Pierce, and he probably thought to himself, I don't trust my quarterback, and I don't trust I already went for it once on 4th down, and I messed it up. So
maybe AP was watching Compas on the B and like, oh, Gilberto says that the Chargers are going to stink. So what? Just kick the ball back. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a weak move. I've been ranting about it all week. I just want to have it one more time. AP. Yeah. Hopefully he does better. Adam Hill was quick to remind me, like, yeah, he's going to be conservative all year. He hired all these people to help him out to make better calls. Then the moment came, he didn't do it multiple times. So, I get your offense sucks and they're going to struggle, but they're not going to get better if they could easily make their mistakes wrong if they get that 4th and 1. Everything that happened for 3 quarters, you forget about it. You build confidence. You're not giving them that opportunity. So I get it's week 1. Maybe I'm a little heated here because of all the back and forth here with the comments, which I love. It's a bit. I get it. It's awesome. But yeah, maybe he'll get better. But I got a little concerned with that. And AP, I love the attitude you bring for the Raiders, but show that on 4th and 1.
Can I just let me? Oh, go ahead.
No. My finger slipped. My bad.
All right. I was just gonna say, in terms of what you asked, I thought I kind of went back and forth with the decision in terms of should they have gone for it, or should they have punted in that situation, and kind of thinking about it. The more I think about it, too, Gilbert, is you have Luke Getsy, who's changing the whole offense. They're running a different scheme that they did last season as well. Antonio Pierce is one-minded right now with the defense. The defense played really well, and to Fernando's point, the Chargers offense wasn't doing much, so you would think that they would be able to stop them, and especially, but at that point your defense was just running on fumes. So after thinking about it, I'm with you, Gilbert. They should have gone for it in that situation. The mistake, the one I had a problem with was going for it on 4th and 1 earlier, like in your own side of the field, like in the 40-yard line. And to everyone's, that was like a Brandon Staley kind of decision there. Like, I get being aggressive, but be aggressive in the 4th quarter. There's no reason for you to be aggressive in the 2nd quarter. So I think they'll be okay, especially with that defense, as I talked about. If you continue to run the ball, he's got the right approach. He's got 29 people on that coaching staff. Literally, that's the number of coaches that he has on there. So
hire me next, make it 30, and I'll help you out on 4th and 1.
Yeah, exactly. You and some other people.
Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis. I wonder what his job is. Do you think
Bryce Young will throw for 200 yards on Sunday?
I'm going to say no.
No. He's gonna say no.
He doesn't look good, man. But I don't
pick him up in fantasy and let us know.
He might not be ready to be a starter.
DZ, Gilbert and Vic are both from Pasadena. Dan and I are
Victor's
both
from somewhere else, but I'm from Pasadena.
You're from the San Fernando Valley.
Okay, well, they're from up there. Dan and I are from Chula Vista, San Diego area, so that's where we are from. I will abstain my burial to give an extra burial to Dan and Diego because I really want to hear from our Colorado reporter.
I love this.
Let me get Dan the earpiece. Let me get the earpiece.
I mean, how many times did Raul get touched? How many times did Raul get touched? You know what I'm saying? But like, of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently, and whenever you're able to, and that opens up the pass, but it's just like you got to understand like what your team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball if we out there and we get in a situation where it's a must get and we don't get it?
Are those kind of like 4th and 1 conversions that haven't gone your?
So basically, Shador kind of threw his offensive line under the bus, and
I've never seen that. Like,
and he actually left 2 minutes before the game was over. Oh my God!
Did I freeze? Oh,
okay. Brian, no, sorry,
yeah, Dion froze.
No, sorry, that was me. Dion said that the reason why that happened is because he needed to get something worked out with medical, so that's why they sent him back there. But Dan, just real quick, what is your thought?
You know, I think Planet Prime right now is burning, and you're starting to see that very quickly. I think the biggest, you know, I almost feel like honestly we got bamboozled, and it was a little bit of false advertisement because a lot of what Dion was putting out was stuff you wanted to see, right? That old school like accountability, you know, responsibility. You know, you're grown ass men. You know, we're gonna coach the hell out of you. We're going to be physical, this and that, right? And then a lot of what you're seeing is like the complete opposite. You know, these guys doing all these crazy things, you know, special treatment. And then, you know, they've had mass transfers also. And especially, how are you supposed to build a program when it's all based off of transfers anyway?
Love it.
And I think, you know, you're starting to see a lot of these problems come home to roost. And maybe there's just an opinion. I'm not in the building. I have no idea. Maybe part of the problem is Prime's hiring guys who tell him how great he is. Maybe that's part of the problem. Because I think if Prime would do his job and understand his role in the sense of, you know, he does the best thing he does is be a recruiting tool and be the face of the program.
It seems like he just coaches Shador and Travis.
Yeah. But
don't forget about Shiloh.
Don't forget about Shiloh. Don't forget about Shiloh now.
He's out for 3 weeks. I saw.
But it's like, dude, let your coaches coach.
Yeah.
Get guys in there who are gonna buy in. Like, I just think they have a huge problem. And I saw a meme that was funny actually. They were like, you know, the problem with Buffalo fans is that, oh my dear God, that's every big boy's nightmare right there when they wear adult clothes.
Yeah.
But
fits my belly now. I've lost a little bit of weight, but my tits are still.
It probably panicked. ESPN probably panicked.
Like,
right
damn
there.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no. No. All right. Dan, the only thing I was going to show you, I don't think I can because I don't know how Kay Adams does her show. I don't know if we could get nicked, but she said Ravens Hall of Famer Ed Reed says that the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has weaknesses that are easy to figure out.
My God, just roll the tape. Yes, he does. He's nothing special. Roll the tape.
All right. We appreciate everybody for jumping on. This was week 1.
You should have pulled up the freak who looked like his doppelganger in college football. That to me is embarrassing.
You guys,
why would you want to look like that guy?
We appreciate you guys jumping on with us and doing Combat Compas, doing this. Don't forget to check out the interview with Joe Alt, Chargers right tackle. Make sure you guys check it out. I know Dan's excited to go check that out.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. We had Adam Hill, our compa, on to discuss everything UFC and boxing. So make sure you guys check that out. And don't forget, this weekend, Gilberto and I will be in Las Vegas for the Canelo fight. So make sure you guys check all of our content out. Wednesday, I think, is going to be House of Horns. Thursday probably is going to be What's Up, Bolt. So make sure you easy Jesus. Make sure you guys check out
Big Facts. I've seen her in person.
Make sure you guys Dan and I will probably jump on at about 1:30. 1:30 on 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock.
When?
After the Chargers Panthers game to break down the game.
It's 10 a.m.
It's a 10 a.m. game.
Oh, thank God. I hate 1 o'clock. Get him out of the
we'll
way.
jump on. We'll do that. And don't forget the merch. Thank you, Nancy. Don't forget about everything.
Shout out.
Compas on the Beat. Yeah, Gilbert still has a bunch of hoodies. So make sure you
I'm saving them for the Hardball Bowl.
Oh,
I'm gonna bring out a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have a pop-up meet and greet, all that stuff. I got to do it in person. I'm gonna do that. Thank you, Nancy.
And I have confirmed that if the contract is signed, Dan and Dago will be there.
But I need Gilberto to get a long table, him sit on one side, me on the other in a chair, like WWE style.
Okay.
I need him to sign it first, and then
Sign
he
the
passes it
contract?
to me,
and
then I wait and I sit there. And I think, do I really want to do this?
Dan, Manny just got another hit.
No,
Do I
but
need
hurry up,
All
Dan.
right. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys. Don't forget everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button Thursday, Gilbert. After 8:45?
Yeah, after Thursday Night Football. After
Thursday
throwing
Night
Samoan
Football.
plays.
God.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget. Oh, thank
Shout
you,
out,
Hugh.
Hugh.
You're the best.
Shout
Make
out,
sure
Hugh.
Thank
you
you,
hit the
Hugh.
notification button so you know when we go live. Appreciate you guys so much. Have a great one. But for the time being, Gilbert, sabes que vámonos.
Yeah, this is a fun time. Every Tuesday around 7 p.m. Whenever Dan wants to show up and work and have a special grand entrance,
Exactly.
or the glass
Where are
breaks.
my fireworks? Where are my fireworks?
America's awesome, bro. Yeah, football.
Exactly.
That is Dan and Dago. But awesome time. Everybody in the chat, we love you. Even though you hate me sometimes, that's okay. It's all fun and games. You suck. You suck.
You haven't even said it. I'm waiting for you to say it.
Oh, with a broken freaking neck?
No, ya nos vamos.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I got into my heel promo. On that note, nos vamos. Pues, vámonos.
Be a compa. Tell a